Dear students, welcome to the science class. In the last class, we were discussing about the separation of the substances topic, and in which we discussed about in the last class we discussed about evaporation. Right? What do you mean by evaporation? Evaporation is nothing but it is the change in the state, like nothing from liquid to the gas. Water is going to convert it into the water vapor. That is nothing but it is known as evaporation. So that technique is used for the purpose of the separating the salt from the water at the seaside. So which is used at the seaside. In the same manner, today we are going to discuss about the use of more than one method. Use of more than one method of separation. Now, is it possible that we are going to use only one method for separating things, or to separate one mixture we are going to use two or three methods? We are going to see that we can use more than one method for separating single mixture. How it is possible? Now we are going to see an example by taking an example. So take an example of the sand and salt. We are going to take sand and salt. Right. We are going to mix this sand and salt. We are going to make a mixture of the sand and salt, and we are mixing this sand and salt so it will become mixture. Now I told you to separate the sand from the salt. How you are going to separate the sand from the salt? Here four methods. That's nothing but hand picking. First one. Second one is threshing. Third one is winnowing. Fourth one is sieving. So if we check the first hand picking, you already know that hand picking is not applicable here. So then we can't separate the sand from the salt by the hand picking. So the equal quantity of the sand and salt is present. Second, what we have? We have threshing. It is also not possible by threshing also. Winnowing, it is also not possible. In the threshing, small quantity can be separated. But in the winnowing, is it possible? No, since both the grades of the sand as well as salt is equal, so then by the action of air, it is not possible. If you take the sieving, size of the both the particles, that nothing but sand and salt is same only, so that they are easily going to pass by the sieving. So no, it is not possible to use those methods. So how we are going to separate these things? We already know the characteristics of the sand as well as salt. So sand is going to dissolve in the water, no, but salt is going to dissolve in the water. By that, using the characteristics of the salt, we are going to take this mixture in a water. So I am going to take a beaker. In that beaker, I am going to put the mixture. We are going to put the mixture here. In that mixture, what we are going to add here? We are going to add the water. We are going to add the water. What will happen? In water, salt is going to dissolve. Salt is dissolved. Is it possible that sand is going to dissolve? No. And then what will happen to the sand? We already know that sand is the heavy particle. Salt dissolves completely in the water and it will become solution. So water will remain there only. Sand being a heavy particle, it is going to settle down on the bottom. It is going to settle down on the bottom. So here the sedimentation is happening of the sand. So that sand settles down at the bottom. In that manner, whatever at the bottom is present now, it is nothing but it is the sand, and whatever which is present in the liquid is nothing but what? Which is the salt. So by using the decantation method, first sedimentation is going to settle down. Then by using the decantation method, whatever this salt particle which is dissolved in the water, by tilting this container, we are going to collect them in another container, that solution. So by the decantation, liquid is separated. Liquid is separated. The tilting it, that nothing but decantation method, we are separated the liquid from this sand particles. So liquid is separated, which contains what? Which contains the salt, and sand is remained there only. So sand is separated as well as salt is also separated. So we are using one method of the separation, that nothing but decantation for the separation of the salt as well as what? Sand. The sand is separated from the salt. Now when you took this solution, that is nothing but liquid which is separated by the decantation. Is it possible that it contains salt? Yes, it is possible. So then it is also going to become a mixture. It is also become a mixture. So what we are going to do here in this mixture, we have to separate that mixture. We have to separate that mixture. Separate the mixture of the salt from the liquid. So what we are going to do here, we can use the filtration one. First we are going to use the filtration one. That is nothing but whatever the excess amount of the sand, that is nothing but it may contain some particles of the dust or small sand particles which are going to come by the decantation method. By filtration we are going to separate those things and we have the pure liquid solution of the salt solution. So from that salt solution we should separate the salt from the water. So what we are going to do here, we are going to take a kettle. We are going to take a kettle. We are going to take a kettle. In that kettle we are going to put the salt solution. We are going to put the salt solution. So I have started to heat it. Now we are going to give the heat to this salt solution of this kettle. So what will happen here? We already know that separation of the salt solution, that is nothing but the seawater. When you heat it, when you expose it to the sunlight, the water is going to evaporate and leaving back the salt only. So when you continuously heat it, whatever the water is present here, the water is present here in this salt solution is going to get evaporated. Water is going to get evaporated, leaving salt in the kettle. Leaving the salt in the kettle. So in the kettle there will be remain of the salt. By evaporation, by this opening, the water is going to go out. It is going to go out. It is going to give the salt. So whatever remains here inside this kettle will be salt, and which is going out is nothing but what? It is the water. So we have separated the water from the salt. So but the water which is going from here, it is in the vapor form. That nothing but it is in what? It is in the gaseous form. So what we require here, the water should be in the liquid form. But it is going out by the what? It is going out by the gaseous form. So here I am going to take a plate. I am going to take a plate and going to touch that plate, and it will be tilted one. And here will be a container. So then whatever the plate, the air should be away. It should be outside. On that plate I am going to take ice. I am going to put ice. We are going to put the ice. What will happen? The whatever vapor which is going here, going out from this opening of the kettle, it is going to convert into the liquid again. The water vapors are going to convert it into the water due to the cooling. Due to the cooling by this ice. Already we heating here, because of that it is going to convert it into the vapor. After we take that vapors closer to this ice plate, it is going to cool. Those vapors are going to cool down. Because of the cool down, there will be the drops of the water is going to happen. Those drops are going to collect in this container. The whatever liquid, that is nothing but whatever the water which is going out from here is again going to convert it into the liquid. That liquid is collected here. So we are going to get the liquid here. We are going to get the liquid. That is nothing but we have separated the sand from the salt from water vapors into liquid, into water or into liquid, into water or into liquid is known as condensation. Is known as condensation. So whatever we have built here, that is nothing but heated particles cooled so that it will produce the liquid. This process of conversion of the water vapors into the liquid is nothing but what? It is known as condensation. And this is nothing but it is the condensate. It is nothing but what? It is the condensate. If we check the container which is packed, check the one getting the rice, the container which is packed, above surface is packed. When you remove that above surface or that plate, when you check the beneath of that plate, there will be presence of the droplets, air droplets. So why they are forming? Due to the evaporation of the water vapors. Due to the evaporation of the water, there will be the formation of the water vapors. Those water vapors are going to contain on that plate, so that after the cooling, after waiting for some time, after the cooling, those water vapors are going to convert it into the water droplets or water drops. So that water drops is nothing but liquid. So that process of the conversion of the water vapors into the liquid is nothing but what? It is the condensation. It is the condensation. In this manner, we are separating the sand from the salt. So what are the processes which we have used here? First we have used decantation. Second what we use the filtration. Third we use evaporation. Which one? Evaporation. Fourth one is what we use here? We use the condensation. If you check here, for separating sand from the sand, we are using how many steps or processes here? Decantation, filtration, evaporation, condensation. There are total number of 4 steps we are used here. So we can say that for the separation of one method or for separation of a single mixture, we can use more than one method. For that reason, this is the example for using of the more than one method for the separation of a mixture. I hope this is clear about the condensation as well as use of the more than one separation technique for the separating single mixture. So next, whatever discussed now, that activity I am going to repeat it. Same process, same procedure, same thing I am going to do. But in this case, while doing this activity, in this case, the whatever quantity I added in this whatever the quantity of salt which I added in that mixture, if you take that, I am going to add 10 gram of this salt in that mixture. But after separation, I am just getting the 5 grams. I am getting the 5 grams of this salt. Right? I am going to make a mixture by taking the 10 grams of the salt. But after the separation, by using all those conditions, that is nothing but I am going to do this elimination, decantation, filtration, as well as what we are going to do, evaporation and the condensation. After doing all those separation techniques, I am getting only 5 grams of the salt, from which I put 10 grams of the salt inside that solution. So where does the 5 grams of the salt went? What happens to the 5 grams of the salt? Why it is happening like that? So to understand that thing, we have an example. What is actually happening there? If you take the example of making a sherbet, or if you take the example of making a lemon juice, take the example, in a glass I am going to put the water, in that water we are going to put the salt. In another container, we are going to add the lemon salt and we are going to add the lemon juice. Or we are going to add the lemon juice which quantity, lemon juice quantity is less here, whereas water quantity is more here. Now, the salt which is present here, which is more dissolvable, which is going to solve soluble more. This salt is going to soluble more in the water, or this salt. This salt is going to completely soluble in the water, but this salt which is present in the lemon juice is not going to completely soluble. Why? Since the amount or since the quantity of the water is less. Since the water quantity of the water or lemon juice is less, because of that it is completely not soluble. It is not going to be a solution, but it is going to be a solution. In the same manner, if I continue to add the salt in this container, is it possible that whatever the salt I am going to add here is going to soluble in the water? It is going to dissolve in the water? No, it is not soluble. After some point of time, it is going to soluble. After some point of time, if you continue to add that salt into this container, it is not going to dissolve in the water. The excess salt which we are going to add, it is going to be remain there only. It is going to settle down at the bottom. It is going to settle down at the bottom. So that salt or water has the capability to take the salt in a quantity up to some amount of quantity. After that quantity, after that amount, if the excess amount of the salt is added, it is not going to dissolve in it. It is not going to dissolve in it. For that reason, if in the mixture only, if I take the mixture of the sand as well as the salt, if the amount of the salt is excess, if the amount of the salt is excess, what is going to happen? It is not going to dissolve in the water. So it is going to remain in the sand only. It is going to remain in the sand only, and it is going to settle at the bottom along with the sand. So when you decantation happens, the amount of the salt which is remain in the sand is going to remain there only. So that amount is going out. But when the decantation we are going to get the amount of the salt which is soluble only, which is dissolved in the water only. So this amount is remain there only. We are not substituting this amount of the salt from the sand. For that reason, I am making the 5 grams of the salt only. 5 grams of the salt. So I hope this is clear. The same way, if you take the example of while making the sherbet or while making the lemon juice, you are going to put the salt as well as sugar. So the sugar, with the excess amount of the sugar is not going to be soluble in the water. So that for that reason, we are going to use a spoon so that we are going to stir it. We are going to stir it so that the salt or the sugar which is present there is completely soluble in the water. So if you know that thing, the excess amount of those things is not going to dissolve in the water. Dissolve in the water. So whatever the up to a limit, whatever the salt which is going to dissolve in the water, after that limit, it is not going to dissolve. After that limit, that solution is known as saturated solution. That solution is known as what? It is known as saturated solution. Saturated solution is nothing but salt is going to completely dissolve in the water. Completely dissolve in the water up to some quantity, up to some amount of time. After that time, after that point, when you add the excess amount of the salt, it is not going to dissolve. That point is nothing but after that point, the solution is known as saturated solution. The solution is known as saturated solution. Right? After that saturation, if we make a saturated solution one day, we can separate sand from the salt completely. If it becomes unsaturated solution, if the amount is become excess, then it is not possible to separate salt completely. Some amount of the salt is going to remain with the sand. Right? So then the excess amount is going to remain at that point. So that is nothing but can water dissolve any amount of this substance? No, it is not possible. It is going to dissolve some amount of the substance, that is nothing but up to the range of the saturated solution. After that point, it is not going to dissolve the high amount of the substances. High amount of the substances. In the same manner, does it possible that each substance, different substances are having the same amount of the dissolvability? If we take the example of this salt and sugar, which we are going to add in water, which we are going to add in the water. If I take 1 spoon here, if you take 1 spoon of the salt and 1 spoon of the sugar, 1 spoon of the salt is going to completely dissolve in the water. I am going to take 2 spoon of the salt and 1 spoon of the sugar. So 2 spoon of the salt is going to completely dissolve in the 100 ml water. It is going to completely dissolve in the 100 ml water, where sugar of 1 spoon is also going to dissolve in the 100 ml water. In the same way, if you take the 4 spoon here, 4 spoon of the salt and 2 spoon of the sugar. 2 spoon of the sugar when you add into the 100 ml of water, is it completely soluble here? Salt is again going to be completely soluble. Salt and sugar are completely soluble in the first case, but in the second case, salt is completely soluble or it is dissolved, but sugar is not dissolved here. Sugar is not dissolved here. What does it mean? That means the different components of different substance have the different capabilities. They are going to dissolve differently. So the amount of salt may be higher for dissolving, whereas sugar amount of sugar is lesser. In the same way, if you take another example, any other liquids or any other liquids, or if you take any other salt particles which are going to dissolve in the water, if you take those examples, those quantities will be different. Those quantities will be different. They are going to solve some quantity. After that quantity, they are not going to dissolve in the water. So in this manner, these are the different quantities. Different amount of the salts or different amount of the sugar are going to dissolve in the water. Dissolve in the water. In the same manner, if you here we are taking the water, but if you take different liquids, if you take the acetic acid, if you take the example of the different liquids, if you take the benzene, if you take the carbon tetrachloride, those liquids have a different capability. They are going to dissolve some of the salt in different quantities. Water is different, whereas those things are different. So in each and every condition, each and every substance are going to dissolve in the water at different amounts. In the same manner, different liquids are going to soluble or dissolve the other substances at different quantities. So this is about the solubility. This is about the use of the more than one method of the separation. This is all about the separation of the substances. This topic all about the separation of the substances. Here your chapter is completed. In the next class, we are going to discuss about the exercise. We are going to solve that exercise. Up to that point, I hope everything is clear. Up to that point, thank you. Take care. Stay well.